Okay, now I'm going to read from my testimony, page 103. It says, people lost their way on their way to freedom after the leader of their exodus, for whom was Moses, was laid to rest. We of slavery's poverty are poor within our understanding of our understanding of our understanding. We are lost within the loop for which was wrote as they denied the caught in the loop to read of the loop for which they found themselves now caught within. And the generations after that denied generation has looped in and out of slavery's generational blindness as it has fakely faked its way through life, known only by feel of its fakeness, appeal of covered knowledge, denied from generation to generation, for which has starved the children along the exodus of the truest form of knowledge, for which is the knowledge of self, and they alone the road of the exodus has become confused by the deception of knowledge, and that historical deception of biblical disobedience has returned us to this day of judgment. Would we today, as they of yesterday, had did and chose the guilty over the innocent, when the crime of the innocent was then as it is now of love, and got caught within the caught up within the unbaited, but you baited hook of our immoral existence, unbaited, because of the history of your education denied, but ye baited to catch those for whom fish for fish with a immoral baited hook, because their own immoral behavior is what baits their once unbaited hook. This we call gave them enough rope and they will hang themselves. But I of this biblical story speaks of the king for whom spoke for me, so that I could speak of him as the king he was, as he was forced to live from behind another of Pharaoh's descendants of thought. But Dr. King was not an honorary doctor, because Dr. King was a doctor of his own doctrine. One can only be a student of life lessons plan until one's life meets the plan of another's life, and then one's birthed plan is given birth, as one's birth was planned and spoken as prophecy. The voice of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was of a medicine's portion, for which healed the battered souls of those of the Exodus. But as it is with all born within the peasant's army, the line of communication has been cut from the roots of the tree of knowledge, and the signals of grace's arrival can't take root within cut roots lines, so the king for which we of this understanding of that understanding think that we of cut roots has received a true signal from they for whom cut the roots of knowledge's tree. The definition of doctor, for which is the first name to describe the king for which had his father called him Martin Luther, spoke of the lessons learned, but also taught a life lesson for which made Dr. King, and then it switches over, right? But what I'm saying, Dr. King, a king, and then it goes into another little thing. But what I'm saying is, see, people lost their way on their way to freedom. See, this is what I was saying, right? That here I had emancipated us, but when I came out of court, I met the symptoms of slavery. See, and that's when I said, how can a slave teach you how to be free when all they ever been is a slave? And see, that's why I'm saying, after the leaders of their exodus, for whom was Moses, was laid to rest. See, once Moses died, then the connection between whatever Moses was using was gone. See, because if Moses didn't teach his predecessor how to use the gift, then how would his predecessor know? See what I'm saying? So that's why the descendants of Moses is now in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida, being arraigned like Adam and Eve and the serpent was arraigned in the midst of the Garden of Eden. See, you can't operate off opinion and then think that you're innocent. See, because once you give your opinion, you lead people astray. See what I'm saying? Because if you tell them that you have the gift, then way they end up is your fault. You see what I'm saying? See, if you can't, see, this is what I'm saying. We of slavery's poverty are poor within our understanding of our understanding of our understanding. See, so your understanding of Moses' understanding has created an understanding. And see, that's why we of slavery's poverty are poor within our understanding of our understanding of our understanding. See what I'm saying? Because it's the understanding, and once it starts going down the wrong path, right, then the mind is led away from understanding. See what I'm saying? So now we of slavery's poverty are poor within our understanding of our understanding of our understanding. See, so that's why here I am trying to tell us the law, and now I got a sect of my people talking about the Bible, and then I have another sect talking about the Quran, and then I have another sect talking about slavery and who the first man is and all this. And I'm saying, well, if we slaves now, does that matter? Right? If we can't do nothing now, does it matter who the first man was? If we now have been broken, if our manhood has been broken from its roots, then don't we have to then reestablish our roots as men?